everybody. We are with District 3 County Commissioner Abby Thompson.
Hi.
Hi. And we are loving the rain, but there are some announcements whenever we have heavy rains all throughout the county.
Yes. So first of all, I do want to thank God for the rain. We absolutely needed it. However, if you see barricades, cones, signs, please do not drive through them. You don't know what's on the other side. That's why we send our guys out to check on the roads, bridges, etc., and put the barricades up. So please don't drive through them.
Yes, yes. Well, and this is a great announcement because all throughout our rural communities, we may be confused with construction and all of this. So please do not go around the barricades, and you heard it here first. Stay safe, you guys. And again, thank you, God, for this rain.
Yes, bye.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support locals. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart, they're good people to deal with.
Plans for next year to go to college and back. Our next senior wrestler is Sebastian Caravana. He is escorted by Iron Phelps. Sebastian's wrestling costume has wrestled for 3 years for the Bulls. His future plans are hopefully to go to college with a soccer scholarship. Our next wrestler is Spencer Hatch. He's escorted by Jim and Billy Sue Nash. Spencer's a costumist. This is his 9th year to wrestle. He placed second the sophomore year at Regals and qualified for state. His plans for next year, Spencer plans to attend OSU and gain 50 pounds his freshman year. Our next senior wrestler is Mr. Tyler Adams Jr. He's escorted by Lady Audrey Perry. Tyrus has wrestled 2 years for the Bulls. Tyrus' plans for next year is to go to college on a football scholarship and major in construction management. Our final senior wrestler is Mr. Floyd Day. He is being escorted by Charles Day. Floyd has wrestled in the Bulls program for 6 years. This fall, Floyd plans to attend Oklahoma State University. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these fine young men and their family a big round of applause for accomplishments and time they did for the World Wrestling program. Thank you very much.
Spencer Hatch, Sebastian Caravana, and Dusty Topping will be wrestling their final bout here tonight at this local wrestling complex. Just about set for introduction, so we'll be right back after these messages.
You are?
Yes, you want to come?
I'll come help you back.
Excited.
If we get ahead, I'll come for motion for me. I'll come help.
Did you not get any
Thank you, Allegiance Communication, for being on board with us, ShawneeCTV, in bringing great quality high school sports to our surrounding area. Allegiance Communications. Visit the Clinic Pharmacy to view the extensive supply of medical equipment available for sale or rental. Together with your doctor, the expert staff will help get you back in the game. The Clinic Pharmacy, working hard to improve your quality of life. Fred screams, we've got tires at Fred's Tire and Battery. I got tires from Fred's Tire and Battery. They're always who I think of when I need help with my vehicle. Fred's Tire and Battery, tires and so much more. The restaurant at Knuckles Pubs is perfect for the sports fanatic, with more than 25 TVs all tuned to your favorite sport events. Down on historic Bell Street, jump into Knuckles for a great lunch or dinner.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Booty Wilson here for a night of wrestling senior night for the Wolves as they take on the Western Heights Jets. And I'm joined by myself right now. Maybe have Larry James here in just a minute, but little housekeeping measures to take care of as I introduce the starting lineups. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for tonight's bout. For the Western Heights Jets, no weight at 103. For the Wolves, Dylan Stever. At 112, no weight for Western Heights, John Wood and Yahola Jones for the Wolves. At 119 for Western Heights, Stephen Artoff. And for the Wolves, Alberto Ramos or Zane Talton. At 125 for Western Heights, Dakota Pursley. And for the Wolves, Jacob Treat. At 130 for Western Heights, Alan Jennings or Torrey Johnson. For the Wolves, either Spencer Hatch, Dusty Topping, or Sebastian Barahona. At 135 for Western Heights, Paul Kelly. And for the Wolves, either Spencer Hatch, Dusty Topping, or Sebastian Barahona. At 140 for Western Heights, Austin Melvin or Andre Williams. And for the Wolves, Stephen Lisenberry. At 145 for Western Heights, Jack Miller. And for the Wolves, Isaiah Talton. At 152 for Western Heights, Kenneth Hartfield. And for the Wolves, Dennis Murphy. At 160 for Western Heights, Kendall Melvin. And for the Wolves, either Gabrielle Frazier or Tyrus Adams. At 171 for Western Heights, Dylan Andrews. And for the Wolves, Zach Jackson. At 189 for Western Heights, either Justin Balderrama. And for the Wolves, either Floyd Day or Adam Ramirez. For Western Heights at 215, Rudy Gonzalez. And for the Wolves, either Floyd Day or Adam Ramirez. For Western Heights at 275, Zane Gutierrez or Lionel Goldman. And for the Wolves, either Dalton Presley or Aaron Kirby. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups. We'll be back with our first dual bout coming up after these messages. You're watching high school wrestling on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
Fred screams, we've got tires at Fred's Tire and Battery. I got tires from Fred's Tire and Battery. They're always who I think of when I need help with my vehicle. Fred's Tire and Battery, tires and so much more. The southwest corner of Independence and Harrison is the home of Shawnee Cleaners and Laundry. Conveniently located so you can pick up your cleaning and laundry 7 days a week, all day long. That's Shawnee Cleaners and Laundry. The president of the Area Chamber of Commerce, Randy Gilbert, there presents the Friendliest Employee Award to my lovely daughter, Cheris Dodd. Congratulations, love, on work well done.
serious care starts at the center, the Surgery Center at Unity. Staying close to home just got easier with the opening of Shawnee's first and only outpatient surgery center. Designed with the latest and most advanced medical equipment, the Surgery Center was constructed with the comfort of patients and families in mind. Our physicians are recognized leaders in their fields, and our knowledgeable and compassionate staff are dedicated to doing what's best for our patients and keeping them informed about the care they receive. The Surgery Center at Unity.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 103, a forfeit for the Wolves, Dylan Stever. Wolves start out with a forfeit at 103. Dylan Stever, the sophomore, wrestling for 3 years, has no opponent. We'll see who Coach Chamblin sends up to accept the forfeit at 12 pounds. Is that John Wood? At 112 for the Wolves, John Wood with the forfeit victory. John Wood receives a forfeit at 112. We're ready for 119. $119 for Western Heights, Stephen Artoff. Yahola Jones. And for the Wolves at 119, Yahola Jones. All right, so it's going to be Yahola Jones bumped up to 119 from 112, wrestling Stephen Artoff from Western Heights. We are underway in the first period. Thank you for tuning in tonight to our broadcast of high school wrestling here on ShawneeCTV. Yahola giving up a weight differential to the bigger Artoff. Yahola is a freshman and been in the junior high wrestling program for quite some while for Coach Chamblin, and that's one of the things that made the Wolves program such a tradition-rich program. There's Jones with a near two-point takedown on Artoff for an early 2-0 lead. Tonight here at the duel, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the high school wrestling room, you would see about 30 kids ranging from the age of 5 up to junior high age as out of bounds skates Artoff that are in there wrestling, and just some former wrestlers in there. See Chad Humphreys here, Mike Britton, some Hall of Famers for the Wolves. They are here teaching these young men wrestling technique the way that Coach Chamblin does, so that's what brings them a little bit better as Yahola has Artoff down. Wolves in their home white singlets, blue trim, blue lettering. Western Heights in their road blue singlets. Senior night here at the Stucker Wrestling Complex as we honored 5 young men who've been an integral part of the Wolves' wrestling success. Jones near a stalemate there as the referee counts out for the stalemate, but not going to get it as the Western Heights Artoff begins to wrestle. Jones trying to get him to a half across the face. Now pulls him into the wing, trying to get him over for the near fall points. He's in good position there as Artoff is struggling to get away from the scrappy Jones. Just as I say that, he does. And gets a 1-point reversal. So it's 2-1 here with 15 seconds remaining in the first period. Jones leads Artoff in the first bout of the night. Well, actually the third bout as the Wolves have received 2 forfeit victories. One at 103 for Dylan Stever and the other at 112 for John Wood. This is the first bout as the first period expires with Yahola Jones leading 2-1. Artoff will have the decision to take up, down, or neutral, and he is deferred, so the choice goes to Jones, and Jones looks like he'll be in the down position. And just as we stated on the last broadcast, the official will indicate to the wrestler he can take the position, and from there, he on the whistle will be commanded to wrestle, and that's what we're doing here. Jones on bottom, his choice after to defer from Artoff. Jones trying to bridge up to his feet. He does get there. Artoff trying to contain, takes Yahola back down to the mat. Face down right in front of the table here. Decent crowd here on senior night. Jones bridges up, tries to flip Artoff over, can't quite get him down as Jones goes back down to his stomach. Trying to find a way with Artoff, got those legs hooked in there against the thighs, trying to makes it rather hard for Yahola to get around. Trying to ride now, and he tries to cross the face. Yahola gets down, trying to grab the wrist there, the right hand. Good camera shot there, as you can see, and forcing him down. We're going to have a stalemate here. So Yahola will not wrestling there on the bottom, so he'll go back to the center of the mat in the position that he was in when the stalemate was called, which is down. And Artoff will get him again, and we'll go out again with just about 1:15 remaining here in the second period. Again, Yahola Jones leads Stephen Artoff 2-1. There's an escape for Yahola Jones. It's a 1-point escape, makes it 3-1. Nice job of getting out of that from the down position, and that's very important that you wrestle from the down position and just don't give up. But once you wrestle from the down position and you get away, you score that point. That's very big. Now, Yahola's in a position to get the 2-point takedown, which he does secure. Now he gets him in a near fall position. Yahola getting Artoff over, trying to drive him around. Artoff squirming around, trying to get out of it. Looks like we may have some near fall points coming up for Jones. No indication from the referee yet. 3 near fall points. And now we're going to have an escape for Artoff. It does appear. A little presumptuous on my part. There's the indication. So that makes it 3-2 with the 3 near fall points that Jones scored and the one takedown, or excuse me, the reversal from Artoff. 8-2 with 20 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Both grapplers take their distance from one another and kind of stalking each other as action's fast and furious here in the first period. Jones gets that left leg on Artoff, gets him down, gets him in a belly-to-belly, trying to flatten him out to get the pin. Yahola can get it. 1 second left. The time is going to expire, but Jones is going to get 3 near fall points to extend his lead to 13-2 here at the end of the second period. So some good point scoring there. It's a 2-1 quarter at the end of one. Has now been extended to 13-2. Yahola leads Stephen Artoff, and we're trying to get the major decision or even a fall here as we'll see what happens. Surprised that the Wolves staff isn't instructing Yahola to cut him loose and try to take him down again to get the bigger point differential. 3, 4, 5, and 6 points for a decision, a major decision, technical fall, and a pin are the way the scoring goes here in high school wrestling. A pin and a forfeit count the same at 6 points, so the Wolves do have a 12-0 team lead. Again, this is the first bout, third period, 13-2. Yahola Jones leading Stephen Artoff of Western Heights. Probably get close to a stalemate here, and that's exactly what we have, as neither wrestler is really trying to do anything. They're just kind of hem-hawing around, if you will, and not being very active. Coach Chamblin over there, Coach Jeff Chamblin, up and pacing the floor, shouting instructions to his freshman grappler. Yahola, Artoff to his feet. Yahola trying to break him back down. All the controls when you're on top in the down position, or on top riding, you control your man. So Artoff trying to get away. There's a caution being issued for the hands locking against Yahola Jones. Then they're going to be out of bounds back to the center of the mat. You cannot lock your hands in high school wrestling. You can place your hand over the wrist and hold on, but you can't go finger to finger. That would be a technical assessment, if you will, and 1 point deduction against you. So, as previously stated, Jones is going to go from the up position. Easier to take him down, leading 13-3. Try to get those points. 15-point decision is considered a technical fall. 10 is a major decision at the end. 15 will end the bout, but a technical fall will not at 10. Out of bounds right here in front of the scorer's table. There's Mrs. Mary Jo Stucker, the legendary scorekeeper. As you see Coach Jeff Chamblin there. Good shot of Coach. Mrs. Stucker, a longtime scorekeeper for the Wolves and also the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Artoff has Jones in a precarious position, getting the near fall, trying to get the pin. Jones fighting for his life right here with a big lead in the period. Don't want to give up the fall, but it looks like he's in a bad spot. Jones kicking and fighting and clawing with 35 seconds to go. Artoff hanging on for dear life, trying to get the fall. Jones gets back to his stomach, but it's going to be 3 near fall points for Stephen Artoff. So a very scary situation there for Yahola Jones. He gets away from it. Artoff working on that neck, trying to get him flipped back over into a scoring position. But Artoff, Jones now into a position to score on himself. Going to get 2 points for a reversal. And Jones on the offensive, trying to bring Artoff back in for the near fall. Jones gets him down, got his knee in the chest, trying to flatten him out to get the pin. Going to get the 3 near fall points if he can just get Artoff on over. And the period is going to expire, and that's going to take it for a 18-6 decision for freshman Yahola Jones over Stephen Artoff for the Western Heights Jets. We're going to take this opportunity to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching high school wrestling on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time. Allegiance Communication is our community's cable television provider. ShawneeCTV thanks Allegiance Communication for working with us to bring you quality high school sports. Eric and his staff at Eric's Pharmacy always go that extra mile to try to help you with whatever your need is. Whether it be flu shots or poison ivy protection, Eric at Eric's Pharmacy can help you. That's Eric's Pharmacy on Kickapoo. Harvey Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC has been and continues to be the best source for your new Chevy truck. That's Harvey Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, leading the way with great customer service and great prices. A big reason why Brett and Bo Davis are winners is because of the support they receive from their mother, Carrie, and their grandmother, Ann. If you want to win when buying or selling your home or office, give Ann or Carrie a call. Steve's Body Shop has been a proud sponsor of Shawnee's Athletics ever since Chris Anthony has taken over. Chris Anthony doing a great job on all types of auto repair. Get in, see Steve's Body Shop right off of Kickapoo Spur.
And Alberto Ramos for the Wolves. All right, so the next bout's going to be Alberto Ramos at 125 versus Dakota Presley for Western Heights. Alberto, the junior wrestler, and pretty good one, I might say. There's a 2-point takedown by Alberto right here again in front of us. Joe Harvey on the clock tonight. Dr. Joe Harvey on the scorecard tonight. It's quite ticklish, I might say. If you kids are watching this, get him in class, get him a little goose there. But 2-point takedown out of bounds, 1:40 to go in the opening round of the 3-period match. Ramos takes his man back down to the mat, trying to break down that arm. Bridging it out for support is Presley. Ramos pulls him down. You can hear the Wolves coaching staff, even through the headsets, get him down, get him down. So they're all the time coaching up their kids. They do a great job here. And Larry James, one of the assistants, James Werchin. Let's see who else we got. Merrill and about 4, 5, 6 of them over there. Plenty of them, that's for sure. They all do a great job. Ramos in a not really sure what kind of position he's trying to get Presley in here, but he's trying to go for something because Alberto is one of those that likes to get in and get out. He is a very attacking wrestler, does not sit idly by as we're going to have a stalemate call. So Alberto will be back to the middle of the mat. He'll be on top. Dakota Presley down 2-0. 49 seconds remain here in the opening period. Bout number 4. Wolves leading 16-0. 2 pins and a major decision. Ramos on top of Presley. Ahead in the scorecard as well, 2-0. Wrestling on from top. Trying to get Presley to do something from bottom. Kind of hard if your man is inactive. Here he goes trying to round him to get in position to drive him over, get him on his side. Presley bridges out his arms in a wide wingspan. Ramos has to regroup to go a different direction. Ramos now Presley back to his feet. Ramos brings him down, and he's trying to get the half in there, and he gets him from a double shoulder position. Presley trying to back into Ramos. Ramos spins back around, has him down. We're going to end the period here. Warning green for a hip infraction, it does appear, with 2 seconds remaining in the period. 2-0. Ramos leads. Maybe I can get Billy Brown to join me right here. Come on, Coach. Need some help right here. Come on. Sarah will do it. Yeah, get Sarah Oliver over here. She'll help me. Red's going to take bottom, so Western Heights will be down to start the second period here. There's lots of local folks out enjoying tonight's activities. Ramos on top, leading 2-0. Trying to roll over Presley. Needs some scoring opportunities. Trying to get that arm up there to where he can get into position. Presley fighting to keep him from it, obviously. Ramos, he's in a position now, trying to get him bent on over. Chin strap comes loose on Ramos. Ramos almost got himself into a quandary there. And it's not quite. He's trying to score him back around to the other side. Presley seems to be a little more active this period and trying to get away from Ramos. Down 2-0. Wolves leading. Ramos gets his headgear off. It'd come undone, so he flicks it away. Coach Chamberlain will retrieve that. The next stoppage of action, he'll get that headgear put back on, as that is the utmost safety
One of the safety measures implemented in high school wrestling for these young men is their protective gear for the ears, as their head goes across the mat several times and don't want too much cauliflower ear. Ramos has the half, gets him back over into the arm bar position. Presley not able to do much there as so now they want him to come over to this side and try it. Trying to get the knees into the side of the rib cage and drive him over into a position. And we're going to have another stalemate call with 45 seconds to go. Here comes the headgear back as Alberto Ramos, the junior Wolf, will snap his headgear back on, leading 2-0. 45 seconds remain. Wolves with a 16-0 team lead here in the early going of the match. There's a flip over by Presley. Ramos with his head down, trying to bridge out. No points awarded yet for the reversal. Ramos with the ankle, trying to pull it back. Presley pulls back down. Now kind of on top of Ramos. Is going to get a 2-point reversal against Ramos with 25 seconds to go to even the score at 2-2. Now Ramos wrestling from the down position, trying to bridge back up and stand up. Presley wraps his leg around so he can't stand up. Alberto back to his knees again, trying to stand up as the coaches are encouraging him, at much of their disgustion of giving up the 2 points. Ramos is spread out there trying to figure out a way to get out of this predicament as the period will end at 2-2. So Ramos gives up the 2-point reversal there late in the second period to tie the score up. He's going to take neutral to start the third period. Periods are 2 minutes in length apiece, as we will be from the up position. Tied 2-2 with 2 minutes to go. Ramos shoots in, gets the double leg, takes him down. It's going to be a 2-point takedown for Alberto Ramos. Nice double leg takedown right near the out of bounds line. Good job of getting him down before he goes out of bounds, so the points will score. So that makes it 4-2, minute 50 remaining. Quick 2-point score there at the start of the third period. Ramos again down from the position. We'll have a caution against Grain. You cannot wrestle before the official's indicator. So that Coach Chamlin is, that's one. Don't give him two, because that would give up a point. And you sure don't want to do that in a close match like this. Presley trying to get bridged up. Ramos picks him up to get him back down. He does. But in the meantime, Presley is going to get a reversal out of it. He's going to try to anyways, just at that level of threshold where he not quite gained the position, as we're going to have a stalemate. No points awarded, though, but very close, as there's kind of that level, if you will, ladies and gentlemen, where if you're at just that Mendoza line, if you will, that nothing happens, but if you just cross that threshold, then that's where the points would have occurred and taken place for the 2-point escape. Presley frantically trying to get out from bottom. Ramos hanging on for dear life there to keep him from it. Again, Ramos tries to pick up Presley. Presley with a height differential against Ramos has leverage, and they go out of bounds over on the far side with 1:17 remaining in the third period. Again, they will come back to the center of the mat in the down position. Ramos, there we go. There's a caution green for starting too early again. That's 2, Coach Chamberlain tells him. No more. You'd say a very disgusted Jeff Chamberlain if that does happen again. Ramos gets the arm again. Tries to, he's going to flip him over, and Ramos in a back position. Again, there we are in that position of just not able to get the point scored. 2-point reversal for Presley with 59 seconds to go. Now we're in a 4-4 tie, and Alberto Ramos is going to have to wrestle to get out of this in order to score points to secure a Wolves victory. So Ramos gives up the 2-point reversal, and now trying to find out from the down position, gets to one knee. Presley hooks him in. Ramos with Presley's left leg and ankle, not allowing him to try to get anything going. They're kind of in a pretzel situation, and I know my body is not supposed to go like that. I don't know about yours, but not mine. So now we're trying to get out of it. 25 seconds remaining in the period. Coaches are frantically yelling for him to wrestle out of it. Referee looking in to see what's going on. Ramos tries to get out. No points awarded. 15 seconds here in the third period. Tied 4-4. 10 seconds. Ramos looks like he's just trying to hang on, try to get to overtime. The Presley he's got him scissored with the legs there around the waist, and that's going to do it at the end of regulation. So we are tied 4-4. So the 2-point reversal again for Presley. ties the bout with about 45 seconds to go, but he was unable to score any points or get away. So now we're going to go to sudden death, and both wrestlers are going to take in the up position. And it's 1 minute sudden death, and the first person to score will win the bout. There's Ramos with the leg, trying to get Presley down, and he's going to get him down. That's going to be a 2-point takedown, and the victory for Alberto Ramos at 125. Wolves lead 19-0. We're going to take a break. You're watching high school wrestling on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time. Exactly. That'll be a victory for Yahola Jones of the Wolves. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to take a commercial break. You're watching high school wrestling on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time. Thank you, Allegiance Communication, for being on board with us, ShawneeCTV, in bringing great quality high school sports to our surrounding area. Allegiance Communications. Visit the Clinic Pharmacy to view the extensive supply of medical equipment available for sale or rental. Together with your doctor, the expert staff will help get you back in the game. The Clinic Pharmacy, working hard to improve your quality of life. Fred screams, we've got tires at Fred's Tire and Battery. I got tires from Fred's Tire and Battery. They're always who I think of when I need help with my vehicle. Fred's Tire and Battery, tires and so much more. The restaurant at Knuckles Pubs is perfect for the sports fanatic, with more than 25 TVs all tuned to your favorite sport events. Down on historic Bell Street, jump into Knuckles for a great lunch or dinner. Alan Jennings for Western Heights, Jacob Treat for the Wolves. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Treat and Alan Jennings. There's a 2-point takedown for Jennings in the early going here as he is just kind of manhandling Jacob Treat. Jacob trying to squirm and reverse his way out of it. Looks like he's about there. He does. There's going to be a 2-point reversal for Jacob Treat. Now he gets him in a position of trying to get him on his back. Treat, man, got him there, got him in a cradle, and now he's trying to flatten him out for the fall. Comes around. Coach Chamberlain jumping up and down. Treat going back, trying to use his legs to press him down. Got him again in the cradle. He's forcing him down, forcing him. There's the fall. Fall time is 39 seconds. 39 seconds on the fall for Jacob Treat. 39 seconds. So it goes from a 2-point takedown to a fall, and just that quick as the reversal comes and gets into a good offensive position and takes him down and scores the fall, and that will extend the Wolves lead, that is. Say that fast 5 times to 25-0. Kind of blurred vision there on my camera. Not really sure what's going on there. As we got Dusty Topping checking in. And I'm not sure the young man from Western Heights' name. For the Wolves, 135, Dusty Topping. Dusty Topping, the senior wrestler, was acknowledged here earlier, being picked up in the air by the unnamed Western Heights wrestler. Don't know his name. Maybe Andre Williams. There's Topping in a score position. 2-point takedown for Topping. Dusty with the takedown in the early 2-0 lead. We'll try to get Coach Larry James over here. The Wolves appear to have a pretty comfortable lead. There's going to be a almost reversal for, we're going to call him Williams. Don't really know, so that's what we're going to call him anyway, because we can do that. Even if we don't know, we still make it up. Kind of in a stalemate position, Army, right now. Williams got that right leg of Toppings, and they're going to be out of bounds. See Chad Humphreys over there. He'd be a good one to come join me here on the broadcast tonight if I can get his attention, or Coach James, either one. Both men kind of facing each other off here. Early going in the first period. 2-0. Topping leads. Topping grabbing that right arm of Williams. Williams with his hand behind the head of Topping. Neither one of them really trying to do anything, just feeling each other out. They back off and separate. There you see Coach Chamberlain watching intently in the background. Good shot there, guys. Now, there's a shoot in by Williams. He grabs the right leg of Topping, trying to get behind for control. This is going to be a 2-point takedown for Williams to take a 4-2 to tie the score at 2-2. 30 seconds remain in the period. Topping, fighting his way out of bounds, gets to that position, and then we'll go back to, should be 3-2, that's correct, 3-2 for the home visiting squad. Topping on bottom. Senior wrestler, has wrestled for a number of years, and he wants to gain some weight when he goes to college. Says all this rigorous training has taken a toll on a young man. There's a very disciplined and dedicated young men here. These wrestlers, probably the most dedication of any wrestling, of any sport, just to have to be in a certain weight classification. And if you gain too much, you got to lose that weight, however that may be, running or sweating it out, or however that is, not eating, or just a number of ways. 3-2. Williams leads Topping here at the start of the second period. Topping's going to go from the down position. Williams on top, blue singlet from Western Heights of Oklahoma City, Southwest Oklahoma City. Topping gets that arm barred. Johnson tries to pick him up, takes him back down as Topping do it up there momentarily. Topping wrestling from bottom, trying to get the 2-point escape, or the 1-point escape, or a 2-point reversal, whichever he can get. He'll take either one at this point. There's a Jackson has put Topping in the wing. He stands up, and it's going to be a 1-point escape for Dusty Topping to tie the score at 3-3 with 1:20 remaining in the second period. Again, measuring his opponent up, fakes the shot, does Williams. Topping not having any part of it, backs out of it. This could be Torrey Johnson as well, folks. Just really not sure. The young man wasn't very clear on his enunciation at the scorer's table, so they're not really sure who's wrestling here at 135 as well. But we do know the main person wrestling is the Shawnee Wolf, Dusty Topping. There's going to be a 2-point takedown against Topping, as our score is now 5-3. If we can get a score update there from the truck, I'd appreciate it. 5-3, Western Heights with the lead here in the second period. Topping with a near reversal, and he's going to get a 1-point escape to make it 5-4. 5-4, Wolves trail here with just 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Again, they're kind of like a couple Rams there. They butted heads there, locked up, not really doing much. Topping pulls him out, trying to get the takedown. There's a flip over. No takedown as of yet. Oh, they're going to be just out of bounds. 6 inches inside the ring, or the mat circle there, if you will. And the Wolves would have had a 2-point takedown and a 6-4 lead. But just from there, we're going to have a timeout taken by Western Heights. So we'll take it with them. You're watching high school wrestling on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time. Fred screams, we've got tires at Fred's Tire and Battery. I got tires from Fred's Tire and Battery. They're always who I think of when I need help with my vehicle. Fred's Tire and Battery, tires and so much more. The southwest corner of Independence and Harrison is the home of Shawnee Cleaners and Laundry. Conveniently located so you can pick up your cleaning and laundry 7 days a week, all day long. That's Shawnee Cleaners and Laundry.
Serious care starts at the center, the surgery center at Unity. Staying close to home just got easier with the opening of Shawnee's first and only outpatient surgery center. Designed with the latest and most advanced medical equipment, the surgery center was constructed with the comfort of patients and families in mind. Our physicians are recognized leaders in their fields, and our knowledgeable and compassionate staff are dedicated to doing what's best for our patients and keeping them informed about the care they receive. The surgery center at Unity.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. An injury timeout taken by the Western Heights young man there. There appears to be an asthmatic problem. Took a treatment, and Topping's going to try to take it to him here to close out the second period with only 5 seconds remaining. Looks like we're going to go to the third period. There's a shot taken in as the horn sounds in the second period. And ladies and gentlemen, I have the great pleasure of being joined by my good friend, none other than the legendary Wolf wrestler himself, Mr. Larry James. LJ, good evening, sir, and thank you for coming and helping me.
It's good to be here, Booty. You know, I hear you talking about me a lot on football and wrestling, and probably everything else. But so now I'm here to defend myself.
I never say anything bad about you, though, Larry.
That's good. That's good,
I'm always the good guy.
All right. I hope
now
so.
Coach Chamblin always picks up the bad stuff and wants me to say about you, but I never do, though. So talk a little bit about Dusty Topping and his ability here as a wrestler, Coach.
Dusty's a senior. He's been with the program for a long time. He's wrestling a tough kid here tonight from Western Heights who finished third at 135. Dusty's a mat wrestler. He's not a feet wrestler. As you notice there, they chose the neutral position, and he's just a better mat wrestler than he is a feet. And what I mean on that is being on the bottom right here, as we'll see. She'll probably try to stand up, set out, something like that to create some offense and hopefully catch him.
Now, is this young man Torrey Johnson for Western Heights, or is this Andre Williams?
Booty, I believe it's Torrey Johnson. He's a senior also, I believe, for them. But Dusty's tough. I mean, you saw him hit the headlock on the other side, on the edge of the mat over there.
Just about 6 inches away from scoring a takedown.
The guy's a good enough athlete to get his hips turned down and keep us from scoring. Our thing here is we got to catch him because, as you can tell, he's pretty explosive and strong and all. Yeah. He's down inside on the double leg there, and Dusty's got to keep that hip lock around his nut. As soon as he lets go, the guy gets two, and they go out of bounds. They may even try to take neutral here to keep us down.
9-5, Dusty trailing with 29 seconds. He's going to have to go on a major offensive here.
Yeah, Dusty right here can catch him right here. Dusty's a mat wrestler, like I said. He's better down there. I thought we would have chose a neutral position. But they gave up one instead of two. But if Dusty could have caught that arm, catch him on his back.
Well, he knows the situation. He's a very headsy wrestler.
Yeah, he is. He knows.
He knows he's going to have to go with only 19 seconds left here.
Yeah. Dusty knows he's got to go, and he knows he's got to stay away from him so he don't have any cautions, can't give up anything. And Dusty's got to hit, hits the headlock there, but he's got to, step through and finish that.
Johnson's going to back away from the headlock and secure the 9-6 decision over Dusty Topping, and that's one of the few times that Dusty has lost at home, Larry, in his 4-year career as a Wolf.
And that's bad to lose on it's being a senior year, and he'll take that probably pretty tough. But you got to rebound. You go back Thursday night, wrestle at Noble. They go to the Coweta tournament this weekend, and things like that.
All right, so we're ready for 140. Austin Melvin. Looks like the Wolves are trying to determine who they're going to send out. Scheduled for Stephen Lisenberry. Coach Merrill and Coach Chamblin, and it is going to be Lisenberry. 140 for Western Heights. Austin Melvin for the Wolves. Stephen Lisenberry. Kind of pulling a little double duty here, triple duty, as I was by myself for a while, and thank you for coming to my rescue. So that's why I'm not bad-mouthing you tonight, at least.
I heard you holler for Chad Humphrey over there.
Yeah, Chad would have been a good one to come join us.
It'd have been a good one, but he's probably scared,
Yeah, he's over there. Melissa got him corralled over there,
Yeah, she's got him corralled up. And
so he probably
won't let him get away,
attention.
probably. Yeah.
Here we have sophomore Stephen Lisenberry at 140 pounds. And, Coach, tell us about Lisenberry.
Lisenberry's been with us since the 7th grade. He's a sophomore. He's just a hard-nosed, fighting, tough little kid. He's just getting more experience as the years go on, getting better, and hopefully become by senior year be a state placer, or even his sophomore, junior year be a state placer. Now that we're back down in 4A, things happen, so that helps us out a lot being in 4A. We went to the Car Albert tournament this weekend, and with all 4A teams there and finished 9th, which for a young team as we are, we only got 3 seniors on the team, really helps us out. We felt pretty good about that because it started out rough. I mean, it was in December, then we hadn't won a dual meet in a while.
Which is uncharacteristic for the Wolves.
Uncharacteristic, and it's rough. I mean, it's rough in the practice room, and it's just a hard thing to deal with. But we've wrestled some tough teams. Our schedule's not easy. We don't wrestle anybody really. This is the first top 10 team in 4A or 5A that we've wrestled this year. That's out of the top 10 team that we've wrestled this year, We go to Noble on Thursday and wrestle right back in it. But Western Heights is a quality team also. They're young like us. And Lisenberry's got cranked him over here. Hopefully when we pick up a pin here, sure would help put us up 31-3.
Well, just couldn't quite get him down. We're going to get the near fall points, though, 3 points. And Lisenberry looks like he's pretty aggressive tonight, Coach.
Yeah, he's really aggressive. You know, if he wants to be, Stephen can be a good little wrestler. You know, sometimes you just want to, you know.
Well, that's going to conclude the first period with Lisenberry leading over Austin Melvin 5-0 at 140 pounds. Coach Larry James has been gracious enough to come join me tonight. The Wolves with a comfortable, at this time, 25-3 lead. And no lead secure in wrestling as we had the unfortunate Chickasha incident. That's all we'll say about that.
Yeah, that's about it, because that still
haunts and lingers.
Still haunts and lingers, and think about it every day and every night. I can tell you, as a coach, you know, you're up 36-0. It's like being up in football 36-0 in the fourth quarter. And something really goes wrong, and everything that could go wrong that night did. And, you know, but you got to regroup. I mean, that's just part of life.
That's just a learning lesson, and you're exactly right. That's more of a life lesson than an athletic lesson, because for those kids is, quick whistle on the out of bounds there.
Yeah, very quick. Mitch is a good official, but, you know, he saw it out, and that's the way it is. But we got our 1 point
for the escape
to make it 6-0. If Lisenberry will keep double legging there and shooting there, he'll be really really tough to beat. Throw your half, you know. Coach Chandler's over there yelling half, and they're probably half the other coaching staff.
It's kind of hard for you to imagine. I'm sitting here not to yell half as loud as you can scream. As for those of you who've not watched, Coach James is pretty animated, helping these young men. But in this sport, you have to be, because there's so much other people yelling the same thing. You got to be able to be heard above everything else to get the instructions to your wrestlers, right?
Yeah, I guess. You know, when Mike Henry was hollering at me, I heard everything, I think. But today they act like they don't hear it. You know, and I might have been that way too, act like I don't hear it. But when that big man talked, you usually heard something.
Yeah, if you didn't, he would let you know, wouldn't he?
That size 13 would probably be coming somewhere, Booty.
Whether he took it off and threw it at you or kicked you.
It doesn't matter.
There's Lisenberry, got him on his back. See if we can get the fall. Lisenberry trying to bridge up to flatten him out, if you will, Coach, to get those.
Yeah.
Now, what constitutes a pin there, Larry? Tell the folks at home.
He's got to get the shoulders flat for about a 1-2 second count. You know, that's close. There it is. Yeah. He kept that arm locked in there and did a really good job. Didn't let it get his arm through.
3:31 on the fall. 3:41 on the fall. 3:41 on the fall for Stephen Lisenberry of the Wolves. So that's going to take us to 145. Andre Williams. Here's Andre Williams. So that was Torrey Johnson wrestled earlier, Coach.
Yes.
Isaiah Talton for the Wolves. Is that correct?
Yes.
Andre Williams at 145 for the Wolves. Isaiah Talton. So junior Isaiah Talton going against Andre Williams here against Western Heights, and give us your synopsis on Mr. Talton.
Isaiah, he came out last year as his first year to wrestle. Got all athletic ability in the world.
Like that right there?
Like that right there.
There's a double leg.
I tried to get Isaiah to wrestle in the 7th grade, and Isaiah didn't want to, but he's got some ability.
You're telling me.
He's a brawler. He's a fighter. He's got a lot to learn, but I'm telling you, Booty, if he stays with it, sticks with it.
Coach, how quick was he in on that double leg?
Very quick.
There's a pin right there. Woo! Hello, world. 28 seconds on the fall. 38 seconds. 38 seconds for the Hurricane, Isaiah Talton. I just gave him a new nickname, Hurricane, because he was on you quick.
I saw him run by here and smile when he heard that Hurricane.
Well, here's my man coming up, the D-Train. See who Dennis is wrestling here. Hurtfield. Kenneth Hurtfield at 152 for Western Heights, and for the Wolves, Dennis Murphy. You weren't in the office when Dennis came in earlier, Coach, but I told him, I said, if you're not an aggressor tonight and have a fall within 45 seconds, I better not be able to find you, because I'm going to choke you out.
Well, Booty, he's got a tough one right here. This Hartfield kid's really a tough one. I believe he's also a freshman, sophomore. I know their coaches are really high on him, but we're really high on Dennis Murphy.
Dennis in with the double leg for a 2-point takedown.
Dennis went to the Perry Junior High tournament this weekend and beat two quality kids and wrestled great. Dennis has also got a lot of athletic ability. Got a funny style, but it's some athletic ability to go along with that funny style.
He's just a freshman and pretty much a specimen as a freshman at 152 pounds.
Yeah.
Got him in the single leg there, trying to get him down. Coach Chamlin, I tell you what is really interesting to me to watch is we're going to have to set up a camera that I don't know how to do a dual recording if we ever can, but just get the coaches recorded on one camera to watch the body language and the movement and everything else that goes along with this wrestling, because it's pretty entertaining just to watch that and then to discuss when the move doesn't come, how it's supposed to be or how you think it's supposed to be, and pretty funny. There's a 1-point escape for Hurtfield. 4-2, Dennis leading here early in the first period.
This is a big matchup. I believe this Hartfield is a freshman. We need this for things down the road. I mean, once if you beat somebody, that confidence level just shoots up. Hartfield's a tough kid, but I think if we keep shooting, we'll be okay. I think.
Now, do you see a tendency for some of your young wrestlers, like a Dennis Murphy as a freshman, to shoot in the same direction all the time? Does it become predictable, or do they ever get caught in that? They go to the well one too often, if you will.
Dennis. We've been working on this last week with some different setups. If you noticed the match the other night against Carl Albert, it was tap, 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 go. Tap the head, tap the head, tap the head, go. This weekend, kind of the same thing. We didn't have much time to work on it, but yesterday we worked on a little different setup, kind of a little drag series that he's got a hit there to create an angle and get an angle on the guy and shoot through him, as Coach Chan was telling him right now. I'm talking about animation. You notice Coach Chan got his hat on tonight because he said it in the last SCTV. He was bald.
Yeah, he is bald.
He is bald.
I mean, you just get I'm fat. He's bald. I'm fat. I mean, sometimes you just got to take it for what you are, and that's what we are, Jeff. I mean, come on, brother. Come on. We've been friends way too long to have something like that happen. 20 years worth. I mean, we've known each other or better. So.
Someone told me, I think it was Joe Harvey, told me he had a lot of gray hair up there also.
Well, if he did have hair, it'd be gray if it was Jeff Chamlin, right, Joe Harvey? If he did have hair. The legendary Joe Harvey. You got to get that right.
The legend Joe
legendary.
Harvey. He's the official scorekeeper for the Wolves, even after his retirement next year.
4-2, Dennis leads here. 1:20 to go in the match, and
Dennis has got to get up. He can't lay there and let this guy roll him up. He'll probably get hit for caution here in just a minute. Looks like Mr. Mitch is looking for the movement out of Dennis. His head's straight down the mat. Coach Chandler's yelling, get up. He's got an opportunity right there to look away, peel that half up, get your knees under you like that and come up.
About like that right there?
About like that right there, but you can't stop. You can't sit on a 4-2 lead in high school. You might be able to do that in junior high, but you can't do that here in the high school level, especially with a quality kid. You'll get road, turn, caution.
Like this, and
like
the
this
position
right
where he's
here.
getting ready to get that
Dennis
arm.
is probably smart enough right here, hopefully not to get turned. Hopefully he'll stop the match here. That's straight up. He'll have to there. As the arm went straight up the back, and that's called potentially dangerous, and they automatically stop the match.
And which they should.
That's the easy way to get an arm hurt. Even the other kids on. Dennis will hit that explosive stand up right there. That'll be fine, but he can't go back to the mat. But that's just things you'll learn, and he'll get better at.
He's got to continue on with it, right?
Yes. Continue on, get your hips out, and turn and face the guy.
Well, right now, Dennis not doing very much from the down position, and I noticed in your junior high match when you went to that overtime bout that you had, I can't remember which kid it was, but you told him you got to wrestle from the down position.
Yeah.
You can't just stay dormant down there.
Well, what happens, we went into a 1 minute overtime, and then they chose down, and we rode him out, and then it's a continuation. A lot of kids will stop and not wrestle that extra 10 seconds. But, that's what we encourage our kids to wrestle, and we work on that in practice sometimes. a little bit, not too much, but
Dennis kind of favoring that shoulder a little bit there, Larry.
Yeah, Dennis got to overcome things right here. He's got to get him a takedown here. You stay on the offense. If you lay there, like I tell our kids all the time, if you lay there,
you're beat.
You're gonna get your arm hurt, and you're beat. So you can't stay on offense, and he'll be okay.
Well, Dennis has the narrow 4-3 lead to start the third period. 1.5 minutes remaining in the third period, and
Dennis ought to be thinking right now, I've taken this guy down twice. And, all I got to do is take him down one more time. That gives me a 6-3 lead and, feel
just
pretty
ride him out from
comfortable.
there.
Yeah. And, be aggressive, Dennis. Don't sit there and wait. You're talking about being hard, Booty. It's hard right now not to yell to shoot. Keep on the offense.
Go ahead.
Shoot, Dennis, shoot.
Yell it. We don't care. We're homers here on ShawneeCTV, Coach. Yell it out there.
You got to go offense, Dennis.
Shoot, Dennis! There, how's that for
That'll
you?
work. That'll work.
There's
See,
a
you got
caution
a
there
warning.
for Warren.
You're not going to be able to stall this one out and win 4-3. You can't hit.
Well, Dennis went for the headlock hip toss there, and it kind of beat him in the butt.
He's going to lay here, and you got to get up, Dennis. You got to get up.
Now, as a young wrestler, instincts take over right here, Coach. To know that you're behind 5-4.
Yeah. I'm sure in the locker room back, win or lose this match, I'm sure Coach Chamberlain will probably let him have it.
Perfect opportunity for Dennis to get out there as the.
This might be a good deal because I'm going to tell you right now, Coach Chamberlain's going to let him have it.
And that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
As you can hear Coach Chamberlain asking him, you got to get up. What are you doing sitting down there like that? It looked like Dennis might have got headbutted in the mouth there.
And once again, if you lay there, you get your arm broken, get your nose bloody and lip bloody and everything else.
Well, that's a good learning lesson for you, right? They teach you not to do that kind of stuff as Coach Werchen attends to the blood timeout. And explain what blood timeout is to the folks at home, Larry.
Blood timeout, it's a 5-minute thing. You have to get the blood stopped. Once the blood's stopped and you're cleaning up like you see Coach Chamberlain and his bald head out there, well, you can't see it because of the cap. Once you get the blood stopped, that was kind of a low blow, but I guarantee you did it to me. You would, once the cleanup's going, blood time will stop. You have 5 minutes to get that out of there.
Dennis to his feet trying to get him
back
out.
Up. You got to get right back up. This guy's got 12 seconds. He's going to ride it out probably unless, we can get up. Bottom line is you got to get off the bottom. And I'm going to tell you right now, Dennis will let it probably get chewed on a little bit, and tomorrow we'll be working on that.
Burfield with a 5-4 decision over Murphy at 152. We're going to take a break. You're watching high school wrestling on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
Hello, everybody. We are here in downtown Shawnee. Where are we, Dad?
We are right in front of the old Carnegie Library, which is now a beautiful Veterans Museum. Job well done.
Yes, and today behind us you can see there are a lot of things happening. So today we are we conducting field trips throughout the county buildings, Dad?
The county actually is trying to stimulate growth within the students who come through the county complex so we can help kids understand county government better. And today, one of those groups are here with us from McLeod.
Yes, and I love this. So whenever I went through high school, we did not have this opportunity to be educated on the county government. And now I am an adult and realizing how much the county government actually impacts your day-to-day life. So this is so beneficial. Right now, the students are hearing from Sheriff Freeland Wood and Brickell Stevens, I believe, Brickell Stevens with the 911 department of the county. And they are getting informed on many different departments right here today, and we are just so excited for these students to be educated all throughout the county.
Any day's a good day when you can hang out with Freeland and Brickell.
Right. That's so true. Well, thank you, Dad.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support locals. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really, really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.
160 for Western Heights, Kidville Melvin. For the Wolves, the tank, Tyrus Adams.
There's the man, the tank, Larry. Tyrus Adams, the senior wrestler. Wrestled for the last 2 years for the Wolves. And talk a little bit about Tyrus.
Tyrus came out last year. Didn't come out till about middle of December this year. Came out, I think Gary Frazier got back in town, told Tyrus, get your bottom out there. I better use that word on here.
Okay.
You know, my wife's always on me about saying that word in front of my 5-year-old, so there might be a 5-year-old watching. And sure enough, he was out there ready to go.
BP don't say those words, does he?
Oh, I hope not, but.
Well, Tyrus is a long, lanky, athletic young man, and quick, as we all know from our football broadcasts, and looks like he's given a little height differential to the Melvin there at 160 pounds. And what kind of difference does that play in wrestling, Coach, is the height differential?
It plays a lot, as you know, when we had Eugene with the leverage and things like that, hitting cradles, things like that. Leverage is a big deal in wrestling. Getting long arms, things like that. A lot of those guys are strong, that leverage.
Well, Tyrus and Melvin here kind of just tangoing here in the first period.
Once again, Tyrus just stay on the offense, just stay offensively.
And you talked again, and we'll continue to talk about this as being young, but from years past of the Wolves squads, this group doesn't seem to be as instinctively aggressive as what you've been in years past with the Gary Fraziers, the Eugene Youngs, people like that. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that. And I think that goes back to the room. I mean, when you got Eugene and Wesley and Gary,
Wesley
and,
Grant,
Aaron Smith and those guys just beating people up all the time, you're either going to get aggressive or you're going to get out. And not that these guys don't do it; they do it in a different way. They're just not as aggressive, Spencer, Dusty, they're pretty aggressive in the room. It's just a different. There you go, Tyrus. Tyrus, just get away
that
from
ankle
him.
away from there, could he?
Just get away. There you go, Tyrus. Don't turn that way. Turn the other way. Turn away. Just keep.
I know that. I know Tyrus didn't wrestle the other night in our broadcast and against Carl Albert, and pretty dejected young man as it's going to be 2-0 to end the first period. And I told him, I said, you're going to wrestle tomorrow. This would have been Friday at Carl Albert, so you can't let tonight affect what happens tomorrow. It's already done. They made the decision to let somebody else wrestle. That means that you just have to work that much harder in practice to prove yourself to Coach Chamblin, Merchant, James, Merrill, everybody else that you're capable. And that's like Jeff said, talk to him after the duel. He's like, he's going to have to wrestle tomorrow. So gets him up. Couldn't quite get him down for the takedown.
And that's a coaching thing, I don't know. Tonight, I know one reason.
Senior.
Deserves it. up 37-6. I don't see Gabrion. Did he weigh in, Booty? Did you know?
I got him on my bout sheet here is weighing in. But,
I don't know what the decision was. Well, I kind of do. I don't really remember. But that's just the decision of the coaches, and that's what we went with.
229 on the fall there. 229 on the fall for Kendall Melvin. 171, Dylan Andrews for the Bulls. Zach Jackson. Coach, this young man right here, Coach Chamberlain said there was a switch that flipped one day in practice, and he's been an animal since.
Yeah. We've known for a long time Zach's got some ability, and this weekend it really showed. I was at the Perry Junior High tournament, but I called them, or they called me, and when he got the finals, Coach Merrill called me and said, "You'll never believe it. He's in the finals." And I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" But they said he wrestled good. Sometimes that happens. That switch flips, and you say, "All right, that's it. I'm coming." Especially after that.
Look at him right here. Talk about this cradle
he's
right
got
here,
that
Larry.
cradle locked up. Needs to keep his head in the side, but he got him on over. You got to sit your hips down on top of him and try to get the pin.
Flatten out, don't you?
Yeah, and he's getting to be famous for this little cradle here. Not really from this position, but from on top. He needs to set back, get his chest on top of his chest.
He needs to scoot back a little bit, doesn't he?
Scoot back, get his chest on top of his chest,
Chest to
or
chest.
hook that leg and walk that leg up. Either one. Now he's going to readjust himself. He's got a lot of time and 1 minute left.
The main thing is don't let him out from this
Don't
position.
let him out. If you do that, you got to go right back in.
Nice
So you
job.
got to sit right out into a headlock. He's going to maybe sit out, try to sit out to a headlock. And there's the
There it
fall.
is. 1:14 in the fall time. 1:14 in the fall for Zach Jackson. Looks like we got Floyd Day coming at 89. Is that correct, Coach?
Yes, Floyd Day, senior Floyd Day.
189 for Western Heights, Justin Valderrama. For the Wolves, Floyd Day.
Floyd's been in the program since the 7th grade, and really proud of Floyd. Had a rough year this year, but we still got a long ways to go. And like I said again, and I'll say it 100 times, we're in 4A. So
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's a heck of a lot better than being in 5A, which in wrestling there's only 4 classes: 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. 5A being like 6A in football, and it's a big difference. I never thought there was, but there is. And we're just so happy to be back down there.
That's why you guys always rag my boy Jerry Best for wrestling in 2A, huh?
Oh, Jerry. But
he could wrestle at any class.
Jerry proved himself. Jerry proved himself of being a 4-time national champion. All right, three-time national champion.
Went to OSU his freshman
yeah,
year, and
that's
him and
right.
John Smith didn't quite see eye to eye.
Yeah,
Which I don't think Jerry's going to win that battle.
I think I'd put it on a 2-time Olympic champion.
Yeah, I think I would as well.
Yeah, but Jerry's a good guy. Talked to Jerry a couple weeks ago, and he's a good guy. Wish he'd have moved to Shawnee and got out of that small town, but things happen.
Hey, watch it now. Watch it. 2-point takedown for Floyd Day. Takes a 2-0 lead, just under 1 minute here in the first period, out of bounds. So in the out of bounds situation, you go to the position you were in, right? If you were down, you go back to down. And you don't have a choice from there, right?
This year there's a new rule. You can tell the referee on your feet and automatically go to your feet. You can tell him, I want to go neutral. They'll give the guy 1 point, and you'll start on your feet. Or you can continue to be up and down.
Now, can you diamond from the down position out of bounds?
Yes.
And what is the diamond?
Yeah, you can put your hands on the middle of his back and give him 1 point.
And that just lets him up.
That just lets him
Now,
up.
I noticed the other night that the Carl Albert wrestlers were going to the diamond, but they were still wrestling from there.
And that was one of the things where I think we ended up getting pinned in that match, and we just got to be smart. That guy's going to come for you. 9 times out of 10 now, and since we have that new rule that you can automatically go, if they put the diamond on you, your hands on the back, they're gonna try something different. Go right straight to that cradle. I believe it was Jared Porter that did that last week against. I can't even remember who it was wrestling, but anyway, that's what they did, and we talked about it, and that's just things you got to do.
Floyd got it that
chicken wing, if you will.
Sure would be nice, Floyd, pick a pin up here
like
on
this
center.
right here?
There it is,
Like
right
this
there.
right here?
That's right
With 7 seconds left, how big is that?
That's big.
1:53 on the ball time for Floyd Day.
It's like Adam Ramirez for the Wolves.
You got Adam Ramirez.
Rudy Gonzalez.
2:15 for Western Knights, Rudy Gonzalez. For the Wolves, Adam Ramirez.
Adam, just a sophomore, coach.
Yeah, Adam didn't wrestle last year for some reason, but he came back out as a sophomore and has been doing an okay job for us. You know, he wrestled a little bit in the league, so he knows positioning, knows how to wrestle a little bit. So that helps, you know.
Now you
scoring right there on the edge.
You just brought out, there's a 2-point takedown already for Ramirez. He gets, trying to get Gonzalez to his back. And you said 2 words that are very important to Shawnee Wrestling, to the success of Shawnee Wrestling over the years, and that's Little League.
That's our Little League program that starts in October. Chad Humphreys right now is doing that. Does a really good job. Tracy Covey. There's a couple of new ones in there. Mr. Rendelman, Jason Rendelman, is kind of oversees it. We do that. And then we also do our C-League program for you youngsters out there in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. We'll be starting that up. We'll be coming to the schools probably in February, and it's free. It's against all of our schools, South Sequoia, Real Rogers, Horseman, and Real Rogers, Sequoia, Horseman, and Jefferson. Can't leave out Jefferson. They missed it by half a point last year.
So that's free to the 4th, 5th,
That's
and 6th
free to the
graders?
4th, 5th, and 6th graders.
How long does that last?
It's a three-week program. They wrestle everybody in their duels, and then they have a big tournament at the end. Everybody gets a T-shirt.
So it's school versus school?
It's school versus school.
Bragging rights. Shawnee bragging rights, baby.
Yeah, Shawnee bragging rights. We had a little controversy last year, but we got it right. Jefferson, Miss Pinson over at Jefferson probably wasn't too happy, but she understood, and she's a good lady. And really, Miss Pinson and all the principals really help us out with that program.
2-0 here. Floyd Day leads at the end of 1, and we're going to take a quick commercial. We'll be right back. You're watching High School Wrestling on ShawneeCTV.
Allegiance Communication is our community's cable television provider. ShawneeCTV thanks Allegiance Communication for working with us to bring you quality high school sports. Do you want convenience and efficiency for your business in resupplying all of your janitor or cleaning supplies? Try Select Janitor Supply with on-site delivery right to your business. That's Select Janitor Supply. Courtesy Loans wants to wish all the football players good luck and a great season. Courtesy Loans, 19 West Main, is your source for fast cash. That's Courtesy Loans, 273-9100.
It starts at the center. At Unity Health Center, medicine may be our calling, but the community is our concern. We're the first place to turn when you need someone close, someone who cares. The doctors, staff, and specialists at Unity Health Center are committed to you. Unity is evolving our facilities, evolving our focus. We have a passion for progress that never stops growing. Exceptional healthcare is closer than ever. It starts at the center. Unity Health Center.
Well, my mistake. It's not Floyd Days. He's already pinned his opponent. This is Adam Ramirez. My apologies, Adam.
Well, I got to rambling a little bit, Booty, and probably threw you off.
I should be better than that because you ramble at me all. You've rambled at me all of our lives. So
yeah.
Nothing new there. So 2-0 here. Ramirez with the 2-point
Use the
takedown
cover
in the
this
first
side.
period. Notice that the action kind of slows a little bit when you get on up there in the weight classifications.
It sure does. Unless you see our heavyweight in junior high, Jeremy Brentos, and it's 100 miles to nothing. I mean, it's just
yeah, he did too.
You know, this weekend I had to tell him to slow down.
Well, Adams got that, trying to get him rolled over there. Just can't quite get that half in there to get that arm in there to get him on around.
Yeah. Got to get that stay underneath his arm. See how he was draped over his arm there? The guy stands up. Should have just turned and faced us, but ended up on his back. But
Counting out near fall points.
got a lot of time here. Got a minute left.
Not in a very good position for the pin there, Coach, is he?
Nah, he's right there. He was.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, tells you what I know. Thanks for being here, Larry.
He went back to it. So.
3:02 on the fall. 3:02 on the fall for Adam Ramirez. Ramirez picks up the fall at 2:15 at the 3:02 mark, and looks like we're going to have Lionel Goldman, Zane Gutierrez, and Aaron Kirby. Zane Gutierrez for Western Heights for the Wolves. Aaron Kirby. Coach, I'd be scared somebody with a red mohawk coming after me.
Yeah, this guy placed this weekend at the Carl Albert tournament. As we were looking at the results in there, Coach Chandler said he's a pretty aggressive kid, and looks like coming out he is an aggressive kid.
Big kid as well.
Big kid. Booty, I don't know if you've mentioned toward Spencer Hatch being a senior this year, hurt. I'm sure you mentioned that, and as a coaching staff, we're proud of Spencer, ready to get him back. We feel like on paper, and paper's tough, but if we have Spencer last week against Carl Albert, we win that match.
Right.
We feel like on paper against Chickasha, we have Spencer, we win that match, but the injuries are part of it.
Aaron in a peculiar situation here.
Yeah.
And he gives up the fall at 53 seconds.
Yeah.
Fall time for Gutierrez, 53 seconds. Yeah, we'll be right back. You're watching high school wrestling on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
Harvey Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC has been and continues to be the best source for your new Chevy truck. That's Harvey Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, leading the way with great customer service and great prices. Fire Lake Designs can help your business or Little League team with custom lettering, embroidery, signs, even silk screening. Fire Lake Designs. Let them help you get your message out. Courtesy Loans wants to wish all the football players good luck and a great season. Courtesy Loans, 19 West Main, is your source for fast cash. That's Courtesy Loans, 273-9100.
Steve's Body Shop has been a proud sponsor of Shawnee's Athletics ever since Chris Anthony has taken over. Chris Anthony doing a great job on all types of auto repair. Get in, see Steve's Body Shop right off of Kickapoo Spur. All right, Larry, that's going to be all the regular scheduled bouts, but we're going to have an exhibition bounce with Lionel Goldman and Dalton Presley coming up right after this break.
Thank you, Allegiance Communication, for being on board with us, ShawneeCTV, in bringing great quality high school sports to our surrounding area. Allegiance Communications. A big reason why Brett and Bo Davis are winners is because of the support they receive from their mother, Carrie, and their grandmother, Ann. If you want to win when buying or selling your home or office, give Ann or Carrie a call. Do you want convenience and efficiency for your business in resupplying all of your janitor or cleaning supplies? Try Select Janitor Supply with on-site delivery right to your business. That's Select Janitor Supply.
All right, Coach, tell us what an exhibition match is.
Exhibitions when they have extra kids in their room that go out and practice every day. They get to wrestle. They don't get to make the team that hadn't started, but we got to try to get them it's just like a JV football game, a JV baseball game, something like that. We do have more kids in the room than this, but and I'm sure Western Heights does too. It's just hard to get those kids in. We've been to a couple tournaments this year. We're going to a couple more JV tournaments. Dalton Presley's a freshman for us. Very, very aggressive kid. Sometimes,
Too aggressive?
Too aggressive.
When you're too aggressive, you get caught, right? And
when you're too aggressive, yeah, you can get caught. Yeah.
And everybody knows in wrestling, it's just that split second of getting caught that it costs you a bout. Right?
Yep, exactly.
So you have to be kind of careful there.
Yeah, Dalton's a kid that we hope stays out through his 12th senior year. We can be talking about him on his senior night, and we think Dalton's got a little bit of potential. He's like I said, aggressive kid that you can calm that down and be a good wrestler.
Well, they're just kind of dancing around right now.
Yeah.
And, nobody really.
Dalton's trying to
anything.
work in position, trying to work his head in the inside, headbutt him, and trying to get his arms in there and what we call a body lock around his waist or around his back area.
Nobody scored thus far with 30 seconds remaining in this exhibition match. Dalton trying to pull him down.
Yeah,
But,
just stay. Don't force anything is what I'm trying to say, Dalton. Just
Let it
you
come
got
to
30
you.
seconds. Let it come to you and just kind of circle and don't force anything. Give up a cheap 2. There you go, Dalton. Good.
2-point takedown for Dalton.
Don't watch out for the roll.
All right, 2-0 at the end of 1. We're going to take a quick commercial. We'll be right back after these messages.
Tower Loans has been supporting area athletics for a long time. At 21 West Main, they are Shawnee's source for quick cash. Get by for loans up to $750 with 8 months to pay it back. That's Tower Loans. Hey, Shawnee, you're not just good, you're Sonic good. As we at ShawneeCTV want to give a big shout out to the Winteringers and thank them for all the support that they give throughout this community. Remember, Sonic, and it's Sonic good. Fire Lake Designs can help your business or Little League team with custom lettering, embroidery, signs, even silk screening. Fire Lake Designs. Let them help you get your message out. The southwest corner of Independence and Harrison is the home of Shawnee Cleaners and Laundry. Conveniently located so you can pick up your cleaning and laundry 7 days a week, all day long. That's Shawnee Cleaners and Laundry.
Serious care starts at the center, the surgery center at Unity. Staying close to home just got easier with the opening of Shawnee's first and only outpatient surgery center. Designed with the latest and most advanced medical equipment, the surgery center was constructed with the comfort of patients and families in mind. Our physicians are recognized leaders in their fields, and our knowledgeable and compassionate staff are dedicated to doing what's best for our patients and keeping them informed about the care they receive. The surgery center at Unity.
Dalton Presley with a 2-0 lead with the takedown there towards about the final 10 seconds of
At the final 10 seconds, yep. I don't know who got the choice there to choose top or bottom. A lot of times in heavyweight, you'll see the guy take top. I don't know. I know Coach Chamberlain as a coach doesn't like that. And me neither. I mean, as a philosophy, if you can't get off bottom, our philosophy is you can't get off bottom, it's going to be tough to win. So you might as well try to get up.
All right, there's a warning, so we're going to take a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Allegiance Communication, for being on board with us, ShawneeCTV, in bringing great quality high school sports to our surrounding area. Allegiance Communications. Eric and his staff at Eric's Pharmacy always go that extra mile to try to help you with whatever your need is. Whether it be flu shots or poison ivy protection, Eric at Eric's Pharmacy can help you. That's Eric's Pharmacy on Kickapoo. Fire Lake Designs can help your business or Little League team with custom lettering, embroidery, signs, even silk screening. Fire Lake Designs. Let them help you get your message out. The restaurant at Knuckles Pubs is perfect for the sports fanatic, with more than 25 TVs all tuned to your favorite sport events. Down on historic Bell Street, jump into Knuckles for a great lunch or dinner.
Looked like Presley got whistled for a penalty there.
I'm not for sure what happened there.
Maybe locked the hands behind the head, I think.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. I didn't really get to see it. I saw Mitch tell him what he was doing, but I couldn't understand. But it looked like probably locked his hand. He's going to warn the top man here. And Mitch is pretty aggressive on this stalling, as we were talking about over there on the bench a while ago. If you don't get off their hips, he's going to hit you for that stalling, which is good. He's consistent with it and good with it.
Well, you're here to wrestle, right?
That's right. You're here to wrestle. You know, sometimes you may not like that, especially if you're coaching it goes against you, but he's consistent with it.
And this is wrestling, not wrestling, right?
This is wrestling, not wrestling.
Wrestling's the Monday night TV stuff.
WWE, baby.
As long as your kids don't try a flying suplex or something like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's another stoppage. So we're going to take, looks like we're going to have a blood timeout, so we'll be right back after these messages.
Thank you, Allegiance Communication, for being on board with us, ShawneeCTV, in bringing great quality high school sports to our surrounding area. Allegiance Communications. Visit the Clinic Pharmacy to view the extensive supply of medical equipment available for sale or rental. Together with your doctor, the expert staff will help get you back in the game. The Clinic Pharmacy, working hard to improve your quality of life. Harvey Chevrolet Cadillac and GMC has been and continues to be the best source for your new Chevy truck. That's Harvey Chevrolet Cadillac GMC, leading the way with great customer service and great prices. A big reason why Brett and Bo Davis are winners is because of the support they receive from their mother, Carrie, and their grandmother, Ann. If you want to win when buying or selling your home or office, give Ann or Carrie a call.
Chris Anthony over at Steve's Body Shop gives warranty on all of his work. That's a lifetime warranty. You can't beat that in the body shop industry. Steve's Body Shop, just off of Kickapoo Spur.
All right, we're back here, 2-1. Presley leads. Coach, talk about these new mats that we got here at Shawnee High.
New mat, yeah, that's the first year we got this year, and thanks to Steve Fluke and the Board of Education, Miss Bradford, whoever, better throw David Harp in there. We may not get any more. But yeah, they're really nice mats. We've been trying to get $1. It's $1 a mat. It's a real lightweight mat. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell on TV, but it comes in 8 strips. One person could pick it up, each strip up, or 2 people is more likely. But it's really a nice mat. A lot of people.
A lot easier to roll than those old conventional mats.
Yeah,
isn't it?
a lot easier to roll. It's a lot easier. It's another warning to the Western Heights wrestler.
That's the second one. How many warnings do you get before points?
The next warning will be 2 points, and then the next warning will be match over.
So he got that's his second caution, so that's a point.
That
awarded
makes it
to Presley.
3-1 in favor of Presley.
12 seconds to go here in the second period. The exhibition bout. The Wolves. Is this the Wolves' first dual victory?
This is the Wolves' first dual victory this year, and it's if Phil's sitting over here, I know we'll be happy back there talking in the coach's office, but we feel like we could have won tonight, and we've got a good chance of beating beating Noble on Thursday night. They're tough though. They're, like I said, they're 6-7 in the state, maybe even higher than that in some maybe the coach's poll or the Daily Oklahoma. Coach's aid. There's 500 polls. None of them mean anything, Booty, but till the end. But people like to look at that stuff.
Presley doing a good job of, again, getting the aggression,
keeping his
trying
weight
to get that
on
ankle
him.
up there.
Yeah. You're going to try to throw his half here. Stay behind him, Dalton. You don't have to get in front. Just don't force anything. You could ride him out and win 3-1.
That's not flamboyant, Coach. 3-1.
Yeah.
Trying to get that stick.
Hey,
trying to hear that whistle blow with that.
My philosophy is right now at this point, get your hand raised.
Yeah.
Get your hand raised. It's the duel's over. Obviously, it's an exhibition. There he goes.
Got him. Bing just getting rolled on
aggressive.
over.
Yeah. This will be a good confidence booster for Dalton.
There's the fall.
And he falls down.
4:47. Fall time. 4:53 for Dalton Presley. That's going to conclude tonight's duel. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Have a safe trip home and good night. Well, Larry, again, a good victory for our Wolves, 55-18 over the Western Heights Jets. And any bright spots you'd like to point out there that you could remember?
Oh yeah, there's some bright spots. I thought Isaiah looked pretty tough. I once again I thought Zach Jackson looked good. Floyd Day, picking up a win. Tough loss for Dusty. going out on senior night. But, you know, he didn't get beat by
A slouch.
a slouch. He got beat by a tough kid. But anytime you lose, that's not good. You know, hopefully next week, I believe it may be next week, we'll get Spencer back in the lineup. That'll help us out a lot. And we can just go from there and keep trucking. And remember, February 11th, 12th, somewhere right in there, we got regionals.
Yep.
And find out the first where we go.
Well, that's the final home duel for the Wolves tonight as Coach James Wirtgen comes and kneels down over here with us. But like to thank you, Coach Larry James, for coming over and helping me out tonight, and appreciate your input and knowledge of the wrestling spectrum. And that's going to do it for ShawneeCTV's broadcast of Wolves Wrestling. Thank you for tuning in tonight. God bless and good night.
Hello, everybody. I am with a new friend here, Mel Lloyd, right?
Correct.
Mel Lloyd. And Mel Lloyd is the courthouse deputy here at the county commissioner's building downtown. So Lloyd, you are such a bright and shining face to enter in the doors every time I enter into the county admin building. So Lloyd, can you tell me a little bit about your role here with the county?
We do courthouse security, run the x-ray machines and the metal detectors.
Yes, so you ensure that the county properties are safe all around, right?
Correct.
As long as you are entering into the county building, you will either meet Lloyd or other one of his colleagues, and they will ensure that the county properties are safe and honestly a great atmosphere to walk into. The men and women are always a pleasure, and they have a smile on their face, and they make the experience easy breezy. So thank you so much, Lloyd, for all that you do for the county.
Thank you.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support local. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really, really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart.